Today's video, we're going to do the leather bits on my Space Wolf Grayshield. Here is where we are at with our Space Wolf Grayshield. If you want to see how I got to this point, click the cards. There's a playlist linked. It's in the eye. Alright, we're going to do leather today. This is my favorite set of paints. They're the Leather Triad from Citadel, and we're going to start with Scag Brown, and we're just going to hit all of the leather pouches, belts, straps, and the sheath on the arm over there. And then we're also going to base coat the two bits that are going to end up being gold at the end. The little skull here and the kind of metal end cap thing, I don't know what it's called, over there on the sheath as well. This is a base paint, so it goes pretty well over black, even though it's a warm color. I'm still gonna have to do a few coats. You can see the wet paint on there is much lighter than the dry paint. I think I ended up doing 3 and maybe a few touch-ups, and then we work it up from there. Alright, Scag Brown is going to be next, and we're going to do a combination of layering over the flaps and the little tab, and then we're going to edge highlight around the lower sections of each pouch, and we'll hit the sides and the bottom and give a nice outline for each individual pouch. We're going to try to do a little bit of this on the belts as well, both on the top and the bottom. But again, I'm not the best at edge highlighting, so we need to get the practice in anyway. To try to hit the portion where the kind of spindle part of the grappling hook is pushing through the leather, give that some definition. On the sheath, we're actually going to do like the whole thing. We're going to have this to be a lighter bit of brown because it's going to be raised above all the other leather bits along the side. So we'll leave the Mornfrang on, around the other parts of this. We're going to do this in a couple layers again because it is still kind of light, and we'll probably only do 2 applications of this. There's a bit of a mind game involved in painting here. When you put your paint on, it's always lighter than it's gonna be when it dries. And so you just gotta kind of use your paints, learn your paints, and have an idea of what finishes look like. And when you're putting it on, don't panic. And the way I'm doing this bit of leather anyway, I'm going to save the wash until the end, and it's going to help kind of tie all the colors together. So I want it to be even a little bit more extreme here as I'm laying down the layers. Our final highlight will be Deathclaw Brown. This is pretty bright. We're going to do an edge highlight along the top of each pouch, and then we're going to hit the corners of each pouch. I'm going to do a little bit of this on belts and straps. I'm also going to try to hit the buttons and the tabs on the pouches with this. We're gonna do an edge highlight of this along the sheath, and we're gonna get a little bit of the strap and the buckle and hit a few dots here on this lower pouch. I want to push the contrast a little bit more, so we're going to do a second layer of this because I do want it to be kind of bright. Alright, we're going to finish this off with Agrax Earthshade straight out of the pot. And I saved this for last to bring down some of the brightness of the tones, tie the colors together, and also it'll help kind of give it the little waxy, little shiny appearance that leather can get. On the sheath, I'm just doing kind of the recessed bits. On the pouches and the holster, I'm gonna just douse this all over the place, and I'm gonna give it some work on the belts as well. This is gonna take a while to dry, so when I'm done, we'll just have to let it sit. But that is how I hobbied this morning. If you would please let me know how you hobbied this morning down in the comments below. I did forget a little strap up by the grenades. I did get that later. I don't know if you noticed, I still haven't cleaned up yet. The edge highlights and the panel lining, we'll do that later. Go ahead and come back tomorrow, and maybe we'll start working some arms or metallics.